So let's talk through what it takes to do a good lap here at Traq Motor Racing in Croydon. So the team are going to come down this back straight, nice and wide over to the left hand side, and you see here at the first corner, or if I can call it the first corner, we've actually got two corners here. So as you can see, we've got our first apex just to the left of me, and then they will come in and clip the second apex, almost like a double corner, to keep right before the first big hairpin. Let's get over there. So as you come out of the first two corners, we are on the approach to turn 3, which is the first big left-hand hairpin. So the teams, as they come round, they're going to want to swiftly get over to the right-hand side to give them the optimal line into the hairpin. As you can see, the track actually cambers into the bend, so you can get nice and tight up against the curb, and then that'll slingshot you out to the right-hand side of the exit. So here we are coming out of turn 3. So as they come out, they'll stay nice and wide to the right-hand side, drifting over as the corner comes out. And now, even though this is a steady left-hander, it's quite a tricky corner because the team's going to have to tuck nice in on the left-hand side, and then you've got the second biggest braking point of the circuit before the really tight right-hand hairpin. We'll get over there to it now. So, as mentioned before, the teams are going to try and be nice over to that left-hand side of the circuit. They'll come into this tight hairpin right, keep nice and tight into the wall, and as they come out, the track will open up onto our very own Innovate Straight. Even though there is a slight curve, teams will be able to be flat out from this point into Sector 2. So we'll go and wander over there now. So here we are midway through the Innovate Straight. As you can see, it is actually quite a long curve, but in terms of racing, there is no need to be worrying about not being flat out. The corner previously, the big hairpin, is actually over there. It is quite far away, so it is a long piece of straight. As we come out of the Innovate Straight into Sector 2, you'll see we've got some curbs on the left-hand side here. We might want to use that just to get that extra turning, you know, make the track as wide as possible for the next Sector 2, which is probably the most technical part of the circuit. We are now coming into Sector 2. As you can see, we've just come off the Innovate Straight. We've come close to the tyre over there. Now we're going to be really close to this inside edge. Let it run wide to the right hand side. As you can see by the signs, we need to be slow for this next section. The Team Sport hairpin is a very tight corner, and we've seen last year a few spinners happened in test days. So let's get over there now. So we're going to be very quickly coming into this Sector 2 here, keeping to that right hand side near the tyres. Very heavy braking zone coming into the big Team Sport hairpin. Now it's a very difficult corner this, because it cambers in on the approach, but as you come out the exit, you'll see it actually cambers away, so that may catch some teams off guard. Regarding the exit, again, we're going to actually want to be quite middle to right of the exit of this corner, sorry, because we've very swiftly got a left-hander, which then leads to another hairpin right. So it's a very difficult set of 3 corners in this sector. Let's go and have a look at them now. So coming out of the Team Sport hairpin, we'll see we're going to be keeping to that right hand side, but we're very quickly going to want to get over to the left hand side here. So you can see where a couple of people have scraped the inside of the barrier there, but we're going to keep to this left hand side here, and then as we come round, we've got the last tricky corner of the lap. So you know, your arms are going to be tired, you're going to be feeling a little bit tired. Nice and close, preferably not touching like some guys have done here, but very close, and that will then take you onto the run up to the final 2 turns, which is where I'll see you next. So here we are at the final 2 turns of this Croydon circuit, and it's kind of mimicking what we've seen on the first couple of turns. We've got a double apex corner, but it's very spaced out. So as you're approaching the third to last corner, which is just to my left over here, you're going to want to take all that curb. You can see where it's painted, and then you've got a bit more space to the right hand side of the tyre. Take up that space, follow these lines, come nice and wide, because you're going to need to take as much as you can on this final bend to get you a good run down to the start line.